What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I am Shelby Nave, and this is part 2 of this movie commentary. If you have missed part 1, it'll be linked in the description, or I'll link it somewhere up here. You should go watch that before coming back to this video because it's gonna pick up right where it left off in the last one. So without further ado, let's get back into it. Oh no!
Relax, Senor Roth. We're taking you to the hospital.
Oh no, he's already just dying of disease or whatever. Oh boy.
What kept Mr. Roth? I understood he was coming. I think a half hour ought to. Just long enough to bring in the new year.
Why is military marching on in there? Uh-oh. He's dying! Was it really this easy for them? For assassins to just sneak on in places and kill people? Okay, well, I guess assassin mission not successful, and the assassin got killed instead. Holy guacamole!
I know it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart. You broke my heart.
Oh, not good. Not good for you, Fredo. You're a bitch. You're in some hot water, man. What is Michael gonna do about Fredo? What do you do with a traitor if they're like your own brother? Boys, a bunch of rebels wreaking havoc on the town, city, whatever.
Fredo, come with me. It's the only way out of here tonight.
Is that Michael?
Roth is dead. Fredo.
Roth is dead? No, he's
Fredo,
not!
come with me. You're still my brother. Fredo.
He's scared of you now. He's scared. Woo! Lordy.
Where's my brother?
Roth got out in a private boat. He's in the hospital in Miami. Had a stroke, but he recovered okay.
He's alive.
Your bodyguard's dead.
I asked about Fredo.
I think he got out. He must be somewhere in New York.
I want you to get in touch with him. Tell him everything's all right. Tell him I know Roth misled him, but he didn't know they were going to try to kill me.
Oh, there was something else.
What? Come on, what?
Kay had a miscarriage. She lost it.
What? What the freak? No! Wow, there's just bad news left and right for him.
Was it a boy?
Mikey, after 3.5 months.
Now, can't you give me a straight answer anymore? Was it a boy?
I really don't know.
Why, would he not care if it was a girl? Oh boy, what's he gonna do? Ooh! He gonna kill him! His hand's all wrapped up. Ooh! He don't like you. Dealt with too much of your crap. Uh-oh. In the face, in the cheek. Oh, now you're on fire. You're on fire now. No, and I guess nobody could really hear anything with the fireworks going on. Okay. Yeah, I think you're safe. I think he's like really dead now. Yeah, he's gonna get out of there. Nobody's gonna know it's him. And now he's going to become the Don because he killed that guy or something. Oh god. Kill and steal. Kill and steal. Get rid of the evidence. Destroy the evidence. You were never there. It's probably so much easier to get away with murders back in the day. Before DNA technology was really a thing or anything like that. Yeah, then they just go home to their families and such. It's like, never mind that I just killed somebody. Hello, child. Odd people really do just, they lead a double life. Okay, he was literally just freaking destined. Michael was destined for this life. Oh, he got some monies now. He's starting to behave a little like a mob boss.
God bless America. We're gonna make a big business.
God bless America. New York City, man. So I obviously cut a large majority of this scene out. When Finucci started to find out that Vito and his friends started, you know, stealing or doing whatever criminal things they were doing and making a profit, obviously he demands a chunk of the profits from Vito and his friends. What's interesting about this, though, is Vito's ability to make him an offer he can't refuse, which is an offer that is much less than what Finucci was originally demanding. And Finucci was like, fine with this. He thought that Vito had like such balls and such much guts for doing that, which during that scene, I thought that it was gonna be a lot harder for him to actually convince Finucci to not take the full money. And then obviously when he kills Finucci, he just gets all that money back anyway. And in doing so, he gained a lot of respect with the public because now the public wasn't getting hustled by Finucci all the time. Also, just the killing scene itself was just pretty perfect. The fact that he's murdering this, assumably, the first person he's ever murdered during this, like, religious festival thing, and obviously the fireworks are going off. It was perfect time to shoot a gun, and in a weird way, it kind of symbolizes a celebration of that. You know, Vito's taking out a bad mob person, kind of making him seem almost just. It was really interesting to see after Vito killed Finucci how much just power, respect, and influence Vito then gained within the neighborhood. Not only are just like shop owners and stuff like that just being very generous and whatever to them, but Vito also helps this old widow who was getting kicked out of her apartment and convinces the landlord to not only let her stay there, but he drops her rent like significantly. It's just really interesting to see Vito definitely climb up the ladder of respect and go from kind of just like a poor man working in a grocery store to running his own business and people being afraid of him just because he's powerful. It's just obviously really, really interesting to see Vito's ascend into power and how he eventually kind of created the Corleone family.
Are you the son of Vito Corleone?
Yes, I am.
Did he at times use an alias that was known in certain circles as Godfather?
Godfather is a term that was used by his friends, one of affection, one of respect.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to verify the witness's statement. For years now, a growing number of my constituents have been of Italian descent. And I've come to know them well.
Meaning I have attachments to the mob?
Indeed, I can proudly say that some of my very best friends are Italian Americans.
And in the mob.
These hearings on the mafia are in no way whatsoever a slur upon the great Italian people, because from the time of the great Christopher Columbus...
The great Christopher Columbus? Excuse me?
Italian Americans have been pioneers in building and defending our great nation.
Agreed, but also I think you're just trying to cover up the fact that you have something to do with the mob.
Now, Mr. Corleone, you have been advised as to your legal rights. We have testimony from a witness. He has stated that you are head of the most powerful mafia family in this country. Are you?
No, I'm not.
The witness has testified that you are personally responsible for the murder of a New York City police captain in 1947.
What? Who read it?
Do you deny this?
Yes, I do.
Is it true that you have a controlling interest in 3 of the major hotels in Las Vegas?
No, it is not true. I own some stock in some of the hotels there, but very little.
Oh boy, they onto you. They really, really onto you.
In the hopes of clearing my family name and the sincere desire to give my children their fair share of the American way of life without a blemish on their name and background, I have appeared before this committee and given it all the cooperation in my power. I consider it a great dishonor to me personally to have to deny that I am a criminal. I wish to have the following noted for the record, that I served my country faithfully and honorably in World War II and was awarded the Navy Cross for actions in defense of my country, that I have never been arrested or indicted for any crime whatsoever, that no proof linking me to any criminal conspiracy, whether it is called Mafia or Cosa Nostra or whatever other name you wish to give, has ever been made public.
Whoa! Hold on. Please hold for a second. I just want to recall back to the first movie for a second. When they were making the original Godfather, I think it was Joe Colombo who got involved when he heard that the Godfather was going to be made and made sure that the words Mafia and La Cosa Nostra were not in the script. He just said it. Right there. They might have said it other times in the movie, but this is the first time that I caught it. I guess they didn't care as much the second time around.
I challenge this committee to produce any witness or evidence against me. And if they do not, I hope they will have the decency to clear my name with the same publicity with which they now have besmirched it.
The committee will produce a witness who will corroborate the charges which were made against you today.
Angeli is alive. How'd they get their hands on him?
Roth. He engineered it, Michael. Frankie went to make a deal with the Rosado brothers, and they tried to kill him. He thought you double-crossed him. They already had him on possession, bookmaking, murder one, and a lot more.
The FBI has him airtight. It's on an army base, 24-hour guards.
No way we can get to him.
What about Fredo?
He says he doesn't know anything. Can I believe him?
Oh no, Fredo's already crossed him once.
I haven't got a lot to say, Mike. I didn't know all that much.
I think you can tell me now.
You got Pentangeli, that's all I can tell you. I didn't know it was gonna be a hit, Mike. Johnny Ola bumped into me.
And he said that he wanted to talk. He said that you and Roth were in on a big deal together, and that there was something in it for me if I could help him out. He said that you were being tough on the negotiations, but if they could get a little help and close the deal fast, it'd be good for the family.
You believe that story?
He said there was something in it for me, on my own.
I've always taken care of you, Fredo.
Taking care of me? You're my kid brother, and you take care of me? I'm your older brother, Mike, and I was stepped over.
That's the way Pop wanted it.
It ain't the way I wanted it. I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says.
Fredo, you're nothing to me now. When you see our mother, I want to know a day in advance, so I won't be there.
Oh, Fredo, you f***ed up. You have an enemy that's not your brother, and your brother is one powerful enemy, oh boy.
I don't want anything to happen to him while my mother's alive.
Oh, you don't want anything to happen to him just while your mom's alive. Ooh, Fredo, he's gonna kill you as soon as your mom's not alive anymore. Boy. Tensions! Tensions!
State your name, please.
Frank Pentangeli.
And where were you born?
Oh, wow, they mapped it all.
We have here, finally, a witness that will further testify to Michael Corleone's rule over a criminal empire that controls all of the gambling in this country.
Rat!
This witness has had no buffer between himself and Michael Corleone.
Were you a member of the Corleone family? Did you serve under Capo regime, Peter Clemenza, under Vito Corleone, also known as the Godfather?
I never knew no Godfather.
Lies.
You are contradicting a sworn statement you previously made to me and signed. I ask you again, sir, here and now under oath, were you at any time a member of a crime organization headed by Michael Corleone?
I don't know nothing about that. I was in the olive oil business with his father, but that was a long time ago, that's all.
Oh.
I have a sworn affidavit. You have it.
Oh.
Your sworn affidavit. You murdered on the orders of Michael Corleone. Do you deny this confession?
Look, the FBI guys, they promised me a deal. So I made up a lot of stuff about Michael Corleone, because that's what they wanted. But it was all lies.
Deny, deny, deny.
Mr. Corleone, would you kindly identify for the committee the gentleman sitting to your left?
I can answer that. His name is Vincenzo Pentangeli.
Is he related to the witness?
He is, I believe, his brother.
Will he come forward and be sworn, sir?
Sir, this man does not understand English. He came at his own expense to aid his brother in his time of trouble.
Are you saying he knows nothing about these matters?
To my knowledge, nothing.
All right, this committee is now adjourned. The witness is excused. Take him out.
Senator, this committee owes an apology. Apology, Senator.
Michael, excuse me. The children are outside. We're going.
What do you mean you're going? We're all going to leave tomorrow.
Yeah, what the frick?
Michael, I'm not going back to Nevada. I brought the children to say goodbye to you.
What do you mean? What are you saying?
I want you to know I'm very happy for you. I suppose I always knew you were too smart to let any of them ever beat you.
There's some things I'd like to talk to you about.
Miss New Hampshire, what are you doing?
I promised myself I wasn't going to say anything, and now
I
I've...
mean, too late.
Oh, you gotta say
What
it, girl.
really happened was Pentangeli, Michael.
His brother came, helped him.
And where is he now?
He's on a plane back to Sicily. It was between the brothers, Kay. I had nothing to do with it.
Michael, you say you love me, and then you talk about allowing me to leave. Look what's happened to us, Mike. You will...
I don't want to hear about it.
Have these...
I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it.
Oh, boy. We fight each other.
At this moment, I feel no love for you at all. I never thought that would ever happen, but it has.
Jesus, lady. But can you really blame her, though, at the same time? It's a very dangerous life he lives.
Kay, what do you want from me? Do you expect me to let you go? Do you expect me to let you take my children from me? Don't you know me, that I'd use all my power to keep something like that from happening?
Yeah.
I know you blame me for losing the baby. I know what that meant to you.
It's a miscarriage.
I'll make it up to you, Kay.
How would it be his fault for a miscarriage?
I'm gonna change, and you'll forget about this miscarriage, and we'll have another child, and we'll go on.
Oh, Michael. Michael, you are blind. It wasn't a miscarriage.
Huh?
It was an abortion.
What?
Just like our marriage is an abortion.
Oh, no.
Something that's unholy and evil. I didn't want your son, Michael. I wouldn't bring another one of your sons into this world. It was a son, and I had it killed because this must all end.
Jesus Christ. Oh no, he just pissed him off so bad. Oh no.
No way you could ever forgive me. Not with this Sicilian thing that's been going on for 2,000 years.
Oh my god, no!
I will.
You won't take my children!
You're my children.
Jesus Christ. Okay, she killed the baby. I still don't think violence is the answer. He shouldn't have hit her.
Don Ciccio, Tommasino, Don Ciccio. Ma sammi male. Genco Olive Oil Company. Significa compagnia d'olio d'oliva, Don Ciccio.
E chi sto è petit?
What the frick? Freaking killed her? That seemed a little excessive. Okay. Old man's dead, you brought him a gift and killed him? Okay. There is something that was just so satisfying of Vito returning to Sicily on a vacation or whatever with his family to meet the Don that killed his family once again. Don obviously doesn't recognize him and doesn't recognize his name because he changed it to Corleone. Well, the people at the immigration office changed it to Corleone, so he doesn't even recognize it. And it's just so freaking satisfying to see it come full circle and to see Vito actually kill this man who killed his entire family, especially since in the very beginning his mom was just like, no, my youngest son will not bring you any harm. It's just, I love when things come full circle. No, she died. No. Oh no. Fredo, you're in some trouble. Fredo probably knows that he's gonna get killed after this.
Don, where's Mike? Waiting for you to leave.
No, he doesn't want to see you ever.
Sorry, Fredo, no chance.
He doesn't want to talk to you, Fredo.
Can I see him?
He's in the boathouse.
Connie, sure, yeah, you can go see him. Fredo, you've been banished. You can't come back from betrayal.
Michael, it's Connie. Michael, I'd like to stay close to home now if it's all right.
Oh, now you want to come back?
Is Kay coming?
No.
Where's Kay?
Michael, Fredo's in the house with Mama. He asked for you and Tom said you wouldn't see him.
Yeah.
That's right.
Michael, I hated you for so many years. I think that I did things to myself, to hurt myself so that you'd know and I could hurt you. You were just being strong for all of us the way Papa was. And I forgive you. Can't you forgive Fredo? He's so sweet and helpless without you. You need me, Michael. I want to take care of you now.
Is he gonna forgive Fredo? Or never again? Okay, sudden turn of affection? Or not? Was that the look of order, the look to kill? I feel like he's still gonna have Fredo killed.
Our friend and business partner, Hyman Roth, is in the news.
I hear that he's in Israel.
The High Court in Israel turned down his request to live there as a returned Jew. His passport's been invalidated, except for a return to the United States.
His medical condition is reported as terminal. He's only going to live another 6 months anyway.
Been dying of the same heart attack for 20 years.
That plane goes to Miami.
It's where I want it met.
Mike, that's impossible. They'll turn him over directly to the Internal Revenue, Customs, and half the FBI.
It's not impossible.
It would be like trying to kill the president. There's no way we can get to him.
Tom, you know you surprise me. If anything in this life is certain, if history's taught us anything, it says you can kill anyone.
Don't underestimate the power of the mob.
Oh, why did you ask me if something was wrong when I came in?
I thought you were going to tell me that you were moving your family to Vegas, and that you've been offered the vice presidency of the Houston hotels there. Thought you were going to tell me that.
I turned them down. I mean, do I have to tell you about every offer that I turned down?
You're going to come along with me in these things I have to do, or what? Because if not, you can take your wife, family, move them all to Las Vegas.
Why do you hurt me, Michael? I've always been loyal to you. Now, what is it that you want me to do? It'll be okay, Frankie. Don't worry.
Did my brother go back?
Yeah.
What do I do now?
You were always interested in politics, history. You were around the old-timers, dreamed up how the family should be organized, based upon the old Roman legions and called them regimes, the capos and the soldiers, and it worked.
Corleone family was like the Roman Empire?
It was once. When a plot against the emperor failed, plotters were always given a chance to let the families keep their fortunes.
Yeah, but only the rich guys, Tom. The little guys, they got knocked off unless they went home and they killed themselves. Then nothing happened. And their families were taken care of, Tom.
That was a good break. Nice deal.
Yeah. They went home and sat in a hot bath, opened up their veins, and bled to death. And sometimes they had a little party before they did it.
Adrian! Wait, so did Kay just, like, up and leave her children? But oh, wait, no, she's there. Sorry, never mind.
Hey, will you please hurry? He's coming.
Does she have to like skedaddle and leave? Like, does Michael not even want to see her anymore?
Anthony, kiss Mama goodbye. Anthony, will you kiss your mother goodbye?
Does he hate his mom now? Oh no. Anthony's gonna get sucked right up into this business next.
Anthony, please, kiss me once.
Battle of the parents. Oh, see, this is sad when kids get put in this sort of position where it's like they feel like they need to choose between their parents. Like, that sucks. Like, does Michael absolutely hate her now? I mean, I would assume so, but he didn't make Kay's life easy. Man, that's fucking harsh. That's harsh. I know he's probably hurt and angry and, you know, all that business, but honestly, I just feel bad for the kids. Kids in situations like this, I can't even imagine what it would be like to be a kid growing up when you have a parent in the mob, your parents get broken up, this, that, the other thing. The kids don't deserve that, and I actually genuinely feel really bad for them.
Anthony!
He's here! We're going fishing!
No! Michael wants to take him to Reno now!
Fredo, no taking Michael's son.
Come on, Anthony. I'll take you fishing again tomorrow, okay? Ah, boy. Hey, Anthony, I'll catch one for you with a secret, huh? All right? Okay, go ahead.
Is Michael gonna have Fredo killed now? Why do I just have a feeling that, I don't know who this other person in the boat is, I just have a bad feeling Fredo's gonna go out to fish, and... Well, it is cool that Connie's here now, kind of taking care of the kids, I guess, now since Kay's been banished. But Michael's there staring in the window, and I have a bad fear that he's gonna have Fredo killed. Fredo actually does seem like quite a devoted uncle. Seems to really have a liking to Anthony. Roth's still alive.
Mr. Roth, you understand I'll have to take you into custody?
Yes. Can you give us your reaction to the High Court of Israel's ruling?
I'm a retired investor on a pension. I went to Israel because I wished to live there as a Jew in the twilight of my life.
Don't know how true that is.
Hey, Frankie, come on out. Let's play some hearts. Frankie?
Oh boy. Why the ominous music? Oh, is it because Fredo's gonna die? What? Frankie?
Jesus Christ.
Oh no!
Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
I knew it! I knew that guy should be trusted! The other boat guy, no! Just watched his brother get killed. Wow, that was like 4 people that just died in like 30 seconds. Someone killed Roth, and the guy who killed Roth got shot. Then Frankie killed himself in the bathtub. And Fredo too. God damn it. Michael.
Hey, everybody, come on, pay attention. It's my friend Carl Rizzi. It's my brother Fredo. Oh, you know Fredo. Sure, don't you know Fredo? This is my stepbrother Tom. This cute little thing over here, this is my sister Connie. I was telling you about her, huh? Come on, say hello to Carl. He's good looking, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh, that droopy thing over there, that's my brother Mike.
Just Sonny, a flashback. Sonny hooked his sister up with that douche. And Mike is still sweet and innocent.
Oh, honey, that's nice, huh?
Should I put the candles on now?
Yeah, go on. You help her, right, Carl? Sure. Well, if you don't feel like that, why don't you just quit college and go to join the army?
I did. I enlisted in the Marines.
Hey, Pop had to pull a lot of strings to get your deferment.
I didn't ask for it. I didn't ask for deferment. I didn't want it.
What's wrong?
Hey, come on, knock it off. Come on. Come on, hey.
Come on, Sonny, hunk. Son, break your father's heart on his birthday.
That's swell, Mike. Congratulations.
That's right, encourage.
Sonny, why you being a little bitch?
You gotta understand that your father has plans for you. Now, many times, he and I have talked about your future.
Talk to my father about my future.
Mikey, he has high hopes for you.
Well, I have my own plans for my future.
Oh, and how those plans have vastly changed.
He's here, come on.
Come on. Come on. Stupid.
Must be tough being the youngest brother, even though he's probably the most powerful out of all of them. Wait, they're just like celebrating his dad without him? Wow! Okay, y'all, legit, I just changed my camera battery literally for like the last 5 seconds of the film. Alright, I guess I'm done now. That was a lot. All right, so same with my last commentary. Obviously after, well, first of all, watching the movie again, but also editing this videos probably, I have some final thoughts that I didn't have at the time of watching. One of the biggest takeaways that I had after watching this movie was just the vast difference between Vito and Michael. Like, there is, going back and forth between present day and the flashbacks, there is such a vast and stark difference between Vito's like ascend into power, but also not just his rise to power, but just how closely he is tied to his family. Whereas Michael is almost seemed to be on the descend of power and his family is quite literally crumbling. Like, Vito definitely seemed to kind of set a standard for the family, and he also had just an embodiment of, yes, a criminal, but kind of just in a way. But I guess the biggest thing that I noticed about Vito is just that he is so devoted to his family. Whereas Michael, he alienates himself a lot in the movie, it seems like. Not only in the fact that he's just like ruining family alliances, but even just like his own personal family members. You know, he has Fredo killed, he loses Kay, he definitely hurts Tom's feelings by throwing all those accusations at him. I liked Michael as a character a lot better in the first movie than I did in this one. He just almost comes off as a little lost, or just in like losing control, I guess is what I should say. He doesn't have the same power over the family, like his crime family and also his personal family, the way Vito did. And I think that a lot of that kind of came because Vito had a really strong compassion for his family, which Michael doesn't seem to have the same. Because there's so many instances throughout the movie where Vito is like holding his children. He's, you know, saying that he loves them. He's like, you know, there's all these like cute moments between Vito and his kids and the wife, the mother. And I don't even think, aside from Michael like having a brief moment with Anthony when like Anthony's in bed and they're just talking or whatever, that really seems to be like the most compassionate moment that he has with his kids. And obviously the waters are really rough between him and Kay, so it's just like, it almost seems like he's going about it the wrong way. At least not the way that Vito did, if that makes sense. I also noticed that a really big theme in this movie seemed to be the collapse of patriarchy. The most obvious examples would obviously Michael losing control over the crime family and his own family. And I think you could also throw Hyman Roth in there. How he was kind of in charge of his own criminal syndicate, whatever, and then obviously loses it in the end. He gets killed off. But even if he didn't get killed off, he was going to be arrested. We see it again, though, during all the scenes that take place in Cuba, where there's clearly a lot of civil unrest over there, and at the New Year's Eve party or whatever, the dictator, he did put in his resignation. Also a collapse. And then lastly, you kind of see it again when Tom and Frankie are talking near the end of the movie, like when Tom goes to visit Frankie at the, like, whatever safe house Whitpro place that Frankie was staying at, and they're reminiscing and having this conversation about the fall of like the Romans, again a collapse of patriarchy. I also definitely did not pick up at the time that Tom was literally kind of like indirecting telling Frankie to kill himself, because apparently that's what the Romans did when they like failed their families or failed their task or whatever the heck. But after getting some more context of what they were actually like talking about, because when I was watching it the first time I was like, why are we talking about Romans? It had a lot more meaning after the fact, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And obviously Frankie was saying that he would do it, and he did do it, as long as his family would be safe or not harmed or whatever. Because when I saw Frankie's death scene at first, I was just like, why would you do that? But no, I think it was absolutely intentional for Tom to kind of indirectly threaten him and tell him that he should commit suicide, or at least encourage it. But yeah, that theme of collapsing patriarchy definitely, it came up more than once. There was also some elements that were brought into this film that we didn't see so much in the last film. One of them being like the super high level corruption that goes on, and the other bringing in kind of like the witness protection. It's interesting how much we are shown in this movie, just like the absolute ginormous corporations, American corporations that have their hands tangled in foreign affairs and foreign governments. Like there was that whole scene when all of these heads of these ginormous companies are sitting around a table in Cuba Cuba supporting this Cuban dictator. And then you also have Michael and Hyman Roth there. That obviously just goes to show that there's tons of high-level American influential people meddling in foreign governments. But it's not even just that. Obviously, the senator who we meet in the beginning of the movie, he's clearly also corrupt. He's willing to work with the mob and stuff like that, but he's not gonna tell all the other people that. And after, you know, the whole brothel situation happened, you know, Tom obviously told him that he would make him go away, and then during those, like, committee hearings or whatever, you know, the senator was obviously showing massive support for Michael and for his family. Was that due to, you know, some blackmail? Yeah, kind of, but it still is a corrupt person doing corrupt things. I just really liked how they brought in how much high-level corruption there actually is, not even just in the US and in mob life that is in the US, but also the world. They brought in the whole witness protection thing in this movie, which obviously in real life, like mob informants and stuff, they had to go into WIPRO because if they didn't, they would be killed. And they even show in the movie how hard, once an informant is in WIPRO, like they're basically untouchable. You can't get to them. So that's when Michael got a little more creative and brought Frankie's brother in to keep him from talking. But I feel like in real life it probably didn't, you know, work out that way that much. Once you became an informant and you gave a sworn statement and stuff like that, you kind of had to go through with that, and that's how a lot of the, you know, mob people would end up getting convicted, was through informants. So I liked how they brought that aspect in as well. They brought in more layers of the mob business and mob life and mob, I guess, lifestyle. Lastly, I was just reading an analysis online and I found two interesting things that I just kind of wanted to mention. I think they're like allegories or symbols. One of them being windows, which again, kind of going back to the difference between Michael and Vito. We see Vito as a child looking out the window at the Statue of Liberty, and then we also see him when he has his business. When he's an adult, his desk is facing out, like to look out a window. Whereas for Michael, we also see windows a lot with him. The first time being when he's standing looking out the window when Kay was just like, hey, why are the blinds open? And then, you know, the attempt to get assassinated happen. And then also at the end of the movie where he's looking out the window and watches Fredo get killed. So for Vito, it definitely seemed like windows represented more of like hope or possibility or just more of a positive outlook, whereas for Michael it's definitely more of a negative outlook, and it was more like obviously death because he almost got assassinated and then, you know, Fredo got assassinated, but also maybe just like a telling of fate, if you will. The other element I found interesting was oranges. I actually noticed the oranges before I looked at this analysis online, but there's like 3 occasions where oranges pop up, one of them being Finucci. We see him eating an orange. At the end of the movie, we see Michael eating an orange. And then somewhere in the middle of the movie, we see Vito like gifted an orange. I don't know if oranges themselves have just some significant meaning or whatever, but I did think it was interesting to see that both Finucci and Michael, they ate the orange and they kind of had seemingly negative outcomes, whereas Vito did not eat the orange and he seemed to turn out okay. And then lastly, just some other fun facts that I heard about the ending scene. First of all, it was obviously really cool to see old characters return from the first movie. I also just found it like kind of really comical that Sonny was the one to introduce Carlo to Connie, and like, you know, obviously Carlo was the one who ratted out and betrayed Sonny. I thought it was just kind of interesting that he was the one that really kind of brought him into the family. But we get to see a whole different kind of dynamic between Michael and his siblings, and how, you know, the majority of his siblings weren't respecting his decision to join the military, and that's like not what his father wanted for him and everything. And then we just have this quiet moment when all of the other siblings and everyone in the room leave to go greet Vito because it's his birthday and they're surprising him, and then we just see Michael sitting alone by himself at the kitchen table pondering whatever he's thinking about, and then it just slowly shifts to Michael much older in his like Nevada house compound thing, alone, just deep in thought thinking about something. When I saw that scene, I was definitely like, wow, what does this actually mean? Is he just like, is he just living a life that he never actually wanted? Is he living the life that his dad never actually wanted for him? Like, I always genuinely wanted to know the meaning behind that specific cut. So tell me what you guys think about that, because I obviously caught it and it was very interesting. I want to know exactly what people think that transition is saying to the audience. Marlon Brando was supposed to make an appearance, and I really wish that he did. Everything would have come so goodly full circle if he was there. Granted, it didn't really feel like he was necessarily missing, because I did think that Robert De Niro just did a really good job of playing Vito the same way that Marlon Brando did, but it would have been really cool if he ended up coming back in the end. Apparently Paramount screwed him over somehow, and that's why he didn't come back on the day of shooting. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video of me watching and reacting to The Godfather Part 2 for the very first time. I'm not sure what commentary I'm going to have coming next, but I decided that I am going to skip over The Godfather Part 3. From everybody that I've talked to and from, you know, the things that I've seen online, it kind of seems like Godfather 1 and 2 are kind of iconic, and then Godfather 3 just wasn't as much so. But yeah, no, I heard that Francis Ford Coppola didn't even want to do The Godfather Part 3, and apparently you can tell, so I'll probably just watch that one on my own. I'm not going to do a commentary over it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to subscribe. It really does help me out and supports my channel. If you would like to hang out with me in between uploads, make sure you check the description bar. I've listed all of my social media there. You can go give me a follow if you want. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and please stick around. I have more mob movie commentaries coming soon. And yeah, I'll see you guys the next time I upload a video.